I'm the scat man. Yo, do, do, do. Skimmy, dimmy, ding, yo, do, do, do. Yo, do, do, ba, 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 bee, ba, 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 do. Ba, 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 do. Wee, ba, 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 do.
Happy Friday, you pumpers. Welcome to Puck Props presented by Bet99. Josh Inglis, Carlo, Colaiacovo. We got Calgary under yesterday. We got the Winnipeg over with Edmonton. JVR on the ice for a power play point. Doesn't get the point. Finishes with, I think, 2 assists. His assist market opened up later. The Devils. I want to lead things off with the Devils. You get waxed 9-0, and then you come out in a game and go down 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
To you, as a former player, a person who's still heavily invested in the league, in media, is it at a point where maybe they've just quit on their coach?
It's fair to speculate that. It really is, because we talked about this yesterday. When you get embarrassed that bad, as a GM and as people as part of the organization, the first thing you look at is how this team responds from that. And then based on how the team responds gives you a better indication on how you should be feeling about the situation. Well, they didn't get the response that they needed to see, especially against a team that they needed to beat. And now it just brings up more questions if there's something that's deeper behind the scenes that is a problem with this group. And could it be that players are tuning out the coaches? Could it be the whole dropping of the ball of the Quinn Hughes situation? Could it be Tate McRae? I don't know. Dating Luke Hughes. I don't know what it is, but clearly something hockey-wise is a problem with that team. And I would be surprised, if not shocked, if we don't see some sort of decision come out of New Jersey today.
I thought he was gone after the game, right? I think there was a tweet that ownership was at the game, or someone was sitting. That's a tough spot. So Jack Hughes finger injury, the Devils 12-4-1. They were the team to beat in the East. Remember, I think they went on that incredible home run, I think, at the beginning of the season. Without following the injury, 10-15-1. That's not good. But since Jack Hughes has returned, that team is 2-7 straight up with a 278 point percentage. That's 4th worst in hockey, and 1.56 goals per game, which is the worst in all of hockey. How do you get your best player back and then be the worst scoring offense at 1.56 goals per game? I don't get it.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it either. It's a bizarre situation. It's a bizarre, which makes you now lead. Nick Portal just mentioned here in the chat, being down 12-0 in your last 5 periods is a skill.
That's hard to do.
It's hard to do. Yeah.
So before we get to the picks on a 3-game slate, that I just wake up on Fridays and I see 3 games and I'm just sitting here with my feet up saying life is good, as opposed to 12 games on Thursdays.
But there was some really profitable spots yesterday.
And yes, and we'll get to talking about it. We talked about the Scotty Lawton situation. He got extra minutes because of that. It's not just this is the narrative we're building. No, this is a narrative built within the coaching staff that will give Scott Lawton more minutes and in better spots because of the situation of money on the board. And the money on the board is just reflective of the situation of the game. But before we get to that, I want to do garbage booty cheek power rankings. Number 1 being the worst. Winnipeg, the Devils, or the Senators. Rank them right now going into the weekend. Booty cheek 1, booty cheek 2, booty cheek 3, because it's bad for all 3.
Okay, so I would go 3 Devils, because as bad as things are, they're only 4 points out of a playoff spot.
Okay.
Right? So and they have really talented players that probably just need, a shot in the arm. 2, I would go the Ottawa Senators, because that was a really bizarre situation yesterday that came out with the statement that they made addressing some trolls that were spreading some pretty ridiculous things on social media. The thing I didn't like about that was that if you're calling them trolls, why are you bringing attention to it publicly now? Where if people that aren't on social media and don't know what's going on, now you've basically allowed the whole world to investigate what it is people are speculating. And what people are speculating is not very good. Right?
Do you know what they call that when you talk about something and no one's ever heard of it? And you bring attention to it?
I know the word. I can't think about it right now.
The Barbara Streisand effect.
Oh, that I didn't think it was.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, and the timing of it, like, to me, just didn't seem appropriate. You're about to go in and play a big game against Colorado, who just lost 2 games in a row, something they haven't done all year. You're reeling. You just lost to Utah. Your goaltending's a mess. And now all you've done is just brought more negative attention to your team. And if you watch the way they played yesterday, they got smoked 8-2. You can clearly see that has impacted the wave of thinking that for the players. Like, what's on their minds going into that game? They've got to do damage control now.
Not wanting to go home.
So right. So and then I would put the Winnipeg Jets at number 1 because 11 games in a row. Like, I did their game on Tuesday night and I tried to shine a light on, okay, it's bad, but you've got 10 of your next 16 games here before the break at home. You can wheel off a couple home wins. Maybe you get yourself back into it. Maybe you somewhat salvage it. In back-to-back home games, they've had 2-0 leads or 2-goal leads, and they've lost both games. And it just there's no light at the end of the tunnel there. It just seems like it can only get worse in Winnipeg. And it's going to get worse in Winnipeg.
We saw some talk about Ken Hughes in the chat say Teixeira comes in there and now they have someone on that top line to go with Suzuki and Caulfield. Beauty spot there. Kapanen and Slafkovsky get going. I don't think Demidov hit the score sheet yesterday, but that line, again, seems to be incredible. And Montreal is making a push. You know who else is making a push? Seattle. Seattle is like 2 points out of first place somehow.
Yeah, I know. I told you that yesterday.
I know.
It's the whole Grubauer thing.
It's incredible what happens night to night in the NHL in terms of standings.
It really is.
Avi Leonard, is Brady Tkachuk a number 1 player? So what you're seeing a lot from Ottawa fans too is they're going to see Brady Tkachuk go to the Olympics, dominate, and then come back to their NHL team and not seem to care as much and have that same passion, same drive for 82 games as he does with his organization. It's tough.
Who's this?
Brady.
Oh, look, it's been a tough year for Brady, man. Ottawa built a lot of momentum coming into the season based on the season they had last year. They got off to a little bit of a rough start record-wise, and then even more rough. They lose Brady for an extended time, but they managed. They managed during that Tkachuk absence. He comes back. It just seems like everything's been off since he's been back, and it's the goaltending, it's him, it's the offense, it's the penalty kill. Their penalty kill is the league worst. And if you expect to be a playoff team, there's no way your penalty kill can be that bad. And he's probably absorbing a lot of the blame on this. Like, he's a guy that wears his heart on his sleeve and he cares a lot. And when he's not doing well and then his team's not doing well, he's probably absorbing all that on himself. And now with all this nonsense that has that has risen, it's been a tough year for him. And I guess the only positive he can look forward to is playing with his brother representing the country, because the last time he did that, he was one of the most talked about players on the team.
The rumors are not going to be good for the situation, though. Like, I couldn't even imagine what that would be like professionally, and just having to deal with situations like that, if in fact anything is true. But regardless if it is, the rumors are big, and the organization is addressing it, which you referred to as odd if nothing was true Let's get rolling. 3-game slate. Could be an under slate. Everything's at 5.5. It's a weird one. We go Kings. We go those Jets, those lovely Jets. The Jets are just plus 105. The Kings only minus 125.
Yeah.
Back to back.
They're both of those teams are in going through a tough stretch right now.
Kuzmenko for a point at plus 110 is the only thing I like in this game. Winnipeg has dropped 11 straight games, longest since they moved from Atlanta. They're last in the NHL. Stretch last night in the second period, late in the second period, Winnipeg was outshot 18-0 and outscored 3-0. It's a team that's quitting, but they have to go to Eric Comrie, I think, in net. Hellebuck's lost 10 straight games, but Comrie's dropped 4 in a row himself. He's only played once since December 14th. He's 4-0 to the over in those last 4 games. Darcy Kemper has started 4 straight games with the over going 4-0 in those games. We could see an Anton Forsberg start, so we could see Eric Comrie versus Anton Forsberg Friday night. Iafallo was on the top line, but he played power play 2 in the last game last night. Jonathan Taves, there's your answer to the power play. He went up to the top unit. He's plus 675 for a power play point.
Did they finally take Nyquist off?
Yeah.
Wow.
He got scratched. He was a healthy scratch.
Can't believe that guy's got 0 goals.
That's crazy. This game will also feature 2 bottom 5 penalty kills over the last 30 days. The Jets at 68%, the worst, and the Kings 5th last at 72%. Big injury news and a big reason why I'm going Kuzmenko here. There's a ton of injuries on the Kings forward side. They opened a 2-game road trip, Winnipeg, Edmonton. Kopitar and Armia are injured, probably both out. Corey Perry missed last game due to a family illness, and Trevor Morris missed 4 straight games. They went 11-7 last game, Carlo, and those forwards. We saw Kuzmenko, who has points in 5 of his last 8 games, played 21 minutes and 46 seconds last game, which is a ton of ice time. Second among forwards. The only guy who played more forwards was his line mate, Kevin Fiala. And usually when you think 11-7, you think juggling all up and down. The Kings went Kuzmenko, Fiala, and Turcotte. That line didn't juggle, and they played a ton. Brant Clark, plus 140 for a point, was enticing. He is power play 1. Kuzmenko, Fiala. Where do I have it? Oh, Clark, Byfield, Kempe, Fiala, Kuzmenko, power play 1. Clark is plus 475 for a power play point. The double-double here, maybe I see everyone talking about their double-doubles, their triple-doubles. Clark,
talking about coffee?
No. Clark, Kuzmenko, Morrissey, and Scheifele is the only one that I would like in this game. That's plus 900. A little D forward, double-double. But there's only so much to say about Winnipeg. Will you be out there thinking you're going to be putting your shekels on Winnipeg on the money line here?
No. Never bet against a streak. You either follow it or you stay off of it. That's my rule.
Okay. Now, someone in the chat saying something that scares me about the sourdough.
Sardif?
No. Yeah.
Now, is Sardif playing?
That's the question. I thought everything was fine. I thought everything was fine.
Did he leave the game last game?
No, I don't see anything yet.
Playing?
It says he's playing. So he's another one. We'll just move right on to that game. He's another one who, much like Kuzmenko, time on ice is big. Go take a look at time on
Nick Sirianni says he left practice yesterday and being evaluated.
Ooh, evaluated practice. We'll keep an eye on it. I don't know if they'll skate today. No one knows skating schedules anymore, but Washington minus 155, Chicago plus 130 over under sitting, leaning. It's 5.5 leaning over. It's pretty much a 6. We're getting green point, sort of point, plus 115. Chicago has ripped off 4 straight wins, 7-3 win over Jordan Binnington. And the vibes in the locker room, if you're reading anything, are tremendous. And Bedard is day to day and could come off the IR pretty soon, which is very exciting, I'm sure, for Chicago, who's 3 points out of 8th place. Washington, however, is 3-7 straight up in its last 10, 7-3 to the over. And I don't know if you saw my tweet today about the goaltending for the Olympics. Again, Logan Thompson, still not good. 2-8 straight up in his last 10 games. Sub 900 save, 30th goals against over the last 30 days. The team to go along with the 27th power play. To this line, Sordiff, McMichael, and Leonard, they played huge minutes last game. Ryan Leonard led all forwards last game in time on ice at 22 minutes, which is a shit ton of time. He's down to minus 140 for a point. That whole line plus 300. Chicago power play 2 played more time than power play 1 last game, but that might have had something to do with the giant line. Green, Burakovsky, Bertuzzi dominated expected goals, and Green played 20-plus minutes for the second time in 3 games, points in 4 of his last 6. Here's my trivia to you. Who are the 2 highest paid players on the Chicago payroll right now?
I would say Tavo would be 1.
You're
Teravainen?
Think about guys who aren't playing.
Who aren't playing.
2 guys that won't play. Buried. LTI, like.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah, they're on the payroll.
Is Shea Weber one of them?
Shea Weber, $7.8 million. He's on the last year of his contract.
Yeah. And who's the other guy?
Another D-man.
Seabrook?
Ryan Ellis.
Oh, that's right. They just acquired Ryan Ellis. Oh,
$6.25 million for this year and 1 more year.
Wow.
So there's your Chicago trivia. How do I word this? Is momentum and just confidence and what we're seeing out of Chicago kind of indicative of what it takes to win in the NHL? Like, every team can be competitive, but the balance within that locker room and the confidence in which you have as a team might be undershadowed sometimes in how valuable it is.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. It's, sometimes when you're missing good players, it just opens up doors of opportunity. And if the players are hungry enough to go for it, it could really rally and motivate the group.
Oh yeah.
And that's what you're seeing. I mean, look at the Leafs. The Leafs are playing without Nylander, some of their best hockey of the season.
Incredible. No, I agree. Chicago has no reason to be winning games versus good teams as they have over the last little bit, but they roll. Let's go. Last game. Like, this is such an ugly slate. Like, I don't mind the Washington-Chicago game. That game might be the only one I actually care about, but St. Louis and Utah, Lawson Krause for a point plus 110. That's all I can come out of this. Maybe like St. Louis team total under 2.5. Maybe that's minus 115. My bounce back theory applies to the Blues here. If you think that actually has any legs, coming off the 7-3 loss, Joe Hofer has been good over his last 30 games with a .910 save percentage. The Blues power play 11% last 30 days, 31st offense last 30 days. And a PK that gave up 4 goals to the Hawks last game. This is Robert Thomas talking. He called the loss frustrating versus Chicago, as he thought the team was turning a corner. And as a team, I'm sure you can, as a former player, you can understand that. You get a shutout from Jordan Binnington, and you're like, maybe we're on track, and you get waxed. But then in the same session, the same scrum, Robert Thomas says we can't get frustrated. So either Robert Thomas doesn't have a very big vocabulary and likes to use the word frustrated, but it just seems like a team that doesn't have answers for anything.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does.
And it's tough. St. Louis team total under 2.5, 12-6 to the under since December 1st. Looking at the line combos, I don't know what they're going to do in St. Louis. I wouldn't be betting on lines right now in St. Louis because it could get blown up. Krause, Keller, Schmaltz line playing most 5-on-5 last game, with the Gunther, Peterka, Hayton line playing the least versus the Senators. Krause averaging 18 minutes time on ice over his last 7 games with points in 5 of them. Bertuzzi, Burakovsky, double-double. Fiala, Kuzmenko, double-double. Keller, Schmaltz, double-double. 15-1. 3 solid correlated double-doubles. I think I like that.
Is that, but you said you liked unders on the board.
I know, right? But it's just 2 guys, 1 team.
Yeah.
So if I like unders, it's tough to be like, I like two-way scoring was pretty low last night. There weren't a lot of both teams scoring 3 goals if you're paying attention to it. That's kind of what I think. So I go Chicago, I go the Kings, and I go Utah in terms of picking on teams. And I think today's boosted stack, I think I got to go Washington, but I'll hold off. I want to see. I have Surdiff and McMichael and Burakovsky and Bertuzzi together, points each. I think that's plus 900. That's a game I think I could see some scoring out of the three, but a very bizarre day in the NHL last night, and it just seems like every day is going to get weirder.
But I said this morning on my radio show. Like, we're 9 days into the new calendar year, 2026. Has there not been like so many like storylines and like dramatic finishes that make you just want to love sports even more? Like, the year's gotten off to a good start with hockey, football, college football. Like, it's been great.
If you like fall asleep for like a month and don't pay attention to the NHL and try to get back into it, you have so much catching up to do.
You're lost.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But it is incredible. And with the Olympics coming, it's going to be insane. Did you see the pictures of the barn?
I saw the video of the rink, but I saw the pictures of like
the locker room,
the dressing rooms that still aren't built.
Yeah.
European sized dressing rooms. Yes, that's exactly what they are.
Should be interesting, but that's it for wrap for us this week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 a.m. I'll retweet the picks. The picks are down there. Appreciate producer Mick. Appreciate everybody there in the chat. Pump it up. 3-game slate. Let me know in the comments how you're betting this. This is a tricky day for sure. As always, hit that like button on your way out. Hype it up if you can. Puck props presented by Bet99. Josh Ingles, Carlo Colaiacovo signing up at Bet99. First time. Use covers. NHL code. Lead us out, pal.
Sign those up. Have a good weekend. Ciao.
I'm the scat man. Yo,